Start from the top. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Wednesday afternoon, a lunchtime edition, a KFTV Live presented by Mando. CP the franchise here. Tap it in with you guys, man. Just a few days away from the start of the regular season, and Knicks have a preseason game tonight. But today's episode, we are going to react to the Karl Anthony Towns interview on Club Shay Shay. A lot of you guys wanted me to react to that interview, react to that video, so we're going to do that. And this is going to be like a little pregame appetizer because tonight the Knicks will take on the Washington Wizards at the Garden, preseason game number 2. And we'll be here to react to all of it on Postgame Live. So lock in, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Let's go. Let's get it going. All right, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Lunchtime Live. CP the franchise on the check-in. Facebook, X, YouTube. Salute, salute. My franchise channel members in the chat, man, go ahead and let me know that you guys are in here. Salute, man. Happy to see everybody. Hyped for some more Knicks basketball. You know, we had a couple of days off from Sunday. Now we get to see what's up tonight against the Washington Wizards. Some Knicks news today. Small news. Moses Brown gets signed to an Exhibit 10 contract, and the Knicks have released Boo Buie. So Boo Buie had a one-day debut with the Knicks. Showed up to open practice last night. I was at open practice last night. He got his ovation from the fans and then packed his bag. So see you later, Boo Buie. Moses Brown coming up. You know, a lot of you guys that like Moses Brown addresses a center position where, you know, might have a little upside. He's 7'2". Been in the league 24 years old right now, 5-year veteran. Played for a number of teams, OKC, Portland, Dallas for a stint, Brooklyn, Clippers. So he does like these little like 1-year bids with teams. Hasn't really stuck around, but, you know, Exhibit 10 contract means he's basically going to get a G League invite. Gets to the G League, gets $150,000 guaranteed, and who knows? Maybe he shows something and sticks around with the Knicks. So Moses Brown coming in. Boo Buie. It's been real, man. Once a Knick, always a Knick. See you later, man. So that was the news there on Moses Brown. Last night, like I said, man, we went to the open practice last night at the Garden. Knicks introducing the squad to the hometown. There's Karl Anthony Towns getting introduced to the team. Shout out my guy Randy Cruz for capturing. They had the little celebrity game. My guy JC came back. Salute to JC. JC was looking in true form there. Look at that. Jamal Crawford, the jumper, still pretty. And it was Team Larry Johnson versus Team Starks. Look at Stat. Stat looking like a bouncer. Stat came back last night at the open practice. Could Stat give us a couple of minutes at the 5 spot if we need to? How those knees holding up? So Stat was in the celebrity game. Allen Houston played. Like I said, Jamal Crawford. You had Starks coaching. Al Harrington came through. Novak was in the building. Shout out my guy Randy Cruz for capturing. Spree didn't play. He was just on the bench, just kind of chilling. My guy Al Harrington gets buckets, even though he was shooting air balls. Wilson Chandler came back. And Stat. Looking like the bouncer, man. There's Rick Brunson and LJ. It was cool. Shout out my guy Jason Negron. It was cool. Open practice was cool. They switched up the vibe completely this year. Because I don't know if it was a scheduling thing because they have the game tonight. But they had practice earlier in the day yesterday. So usually in the open practice, like they'll go through their, you know, little walkthroughs. They'll go through their drills. They'll get some shots up. It was none of that. They brought the team out and the hoodies and stuff they rock will fly. I need one of those sets. But they brought the team out, had them all seated, and then, you know, Bill Pito came out, started interviewing the guys, interviewing Tom and stuff. Like, that part was cool. Then they did like a little, you know, how well do you know your teammate, family feud type of thing. Then next thing you know, they're chucking up half-court shots, and then they out of there. They headed back to the locker room. We get Dougie Fresh the intermission entertainment, and then you get the celebrity game, you know, with JC and them. So it was a little light. It was a little light on the practice side. You know, previous years, you know, the first year we were doing KFTV, we were at the open practice, live streamed it. You had a full scrimmage, blue versus orange, you know, of the current players. I thought that was great, but maybe because they had they scheduled the game tonight, maybe the scheduling was a little bit weird, and so that's what you had. The Rizzler was the star of the show. I'm old. I don't know what the Rizzler is. My kid is telling me about the Rizzler. The day before we get to open practice, celebrity game, the Rizzler's taking over the joint. So to those of you that know, that are in the know, that have kids in the know, salute to you, because I had no idea. The Rizzler. Kids were going crazy over the kid, man. So yeah, my old ass, I was like, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I'm just shouting out Jamal Crawford like, yo, that's my guy right there. I'm telling little man, you don't know what Jamal Crawford was doing back in the days. He's talking about the Rizzler. So yeah, had a good time though, man. We was out there. Little man, Knicks chick came through. We had some friends come through, so it was nice. Shout out to everybody that I ran into at the Garden. It was definitely a family show and a family affair. Okay, on to the Karl Anthony Towns Club Shay Shay reaction. So just a disclaimer, this was before the trade. This was before the trade to the Knicks. However, I do think that there were some key things when I went through this. There were some key things that I really wanted to highlight. And it kind of points to my thoughts on the trade and just overall feelings, some concerns, if you will. You know, there's a lot of good things going on, orange and blue skies, but you know, I wouldn't be me if I didn't add in my thoughts and concerns. So here we go. Club Shay Shay interview. This was him on his thoughts on the comments on being the most dominant shooting big man to ever play the game. This was Club Shay Shay and Karl Anthony Towns. Here we go.
Said, I'm the greatest shooting big man of all time. Mm-hmm. People are like, well, hold on. Mm-hmm. Did Dirk not play in the NBA?
Nah, Dirk was definitely there.
When you said that, you knew that you was going to catch some criticism, but does that just mean that, no, I just got confidence in myself. I'm securing what I've been able to do and how I shoot the basketball. That's why I said what I said.
Nah, absolutely. I mean, come on, you a pro.
What were you supposed to say?
Yeah, you a pro. You know how it is. You gotta have ultimate confidence in yourself. If no one got confidence in you, as long as you got it, you solid.
Right.
So I just know, you know, when I was speaking, I spoke from the heart. You know, I know the hours I put in, I know the work I put into my game, and I know what the stats say. So I just wanted to kind of set in stone what I feel about myself and how I feel what I could do in this league. And you know, I'm just gonna continue to prove it every single year. And you know, I'm gonna let the people choose, but I know people talked about Dirk. Dirk set the table for me, so I'm just super appreciative of him. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
All right, so that was Cat on those comments, and I remember when he first dropped those comments. You know, he caught a lot of flack, and Cat he catches a lot of flack, you know, for the things that he says. But you can't really knock the confidence, right? You can't knock the confidence, and like he said, if you don't believe in you, who else is? I think that's a great character trait to have and to go by. You got to have confidence in yourself. And so, yeah, even when I heard it, I was like, oh, man, that's a bold take. But, hey, you know, why not think about yourself in that way? And if you do look at it, the numbers don't really lie, man. I mean, Cat, in the history of the game, 975 three-pointers made. You know, 975 three-pointers made for Cat there. Leading the NBA in active plays. Leads Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez was 936. Brook Lopez was letting him fly out there. You had, I think he's got the second best or the best three-point percentage at 39.8% on 4 attempts. So, you know, he's not really wrong. He's not exactly wrong there. And then true shooting percentage, he's right there. You know, third. Jokic at the top in true shooting percentage. So he's not exactly wrong. And that is exactly what the Knicks are hoping, or That is their vision in the trade for Towns. He's going to let it fly. For some of you, to your dismay, but that is what they're looking for here. They're trying to get as close to a complementary team that fits the modern NBA. And like I told you guys, look at Boston. Look at what Boston was doing. Look how OKC can run. Look how the Pacers can run. Even though the Pacers still finished Eastern Conference Finals, that's the type of offense that the Knicks are looking for. And so we saw some of it already in the Charlotte game with Brunson and Towns, but that pick and roll, man, we didn't see that with Brunson and Randall. We did not see that with Jaylen and Julius, man. And so with Towns and Brunson, I'm expecting it to be very, very dynamic. And we just got to wait and see and let them get through their kinks, build the chemistry, and we'll be all right, man. Oh, another interesting stat that I found on Towns. This was from Sports Radar. Best jump shot making bigs, synergy shot making by big men on their jump shots. Minimum 2,000 attempts since the 2010-2011 season. So you got Dirk 1, Jokic 2, Karl Anthony Towns 3. Most interesting thing on this list, on this top 10 list, is Chris Bosh, Al Horford, Kristaps, Channing. You got LaMarcus Aldridge on here. Bobby Portis, Serge, Gasol, Maurice Spates. All except 2 are NBA champions. Towns and Aldridge. The Towns is right there, man. So, he does make a case for himself, and you got to like the confidence. All right? So that was Cat on...
I'm looking at the stats.
On his shooting prowess. Now, they get into, which I think a lot of you guys are gonna want to be interested in. Shannon Sharp, and he asked some really good questions here in terms of... Let me just get past this advertisement. He asked some good questions here in terms of some of the concerns that you might have with Karl Anthony Towns, and we're going to get right into it right now. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up on for you boys. CP the Franchise here on the afternoon tilt, reacting to the Karl Anthony Towns Club Shay Shay interview. Okay, here was Shay Shay on Towns not getting in the low block when your shot's not falling. And here was Towns' reaction. Check this out.
He shot 37% from the floor. He shot 24% from the 3 in the Western Conference Finals. Shot 12.5% in 5 games, the worst percentage from deep in NBA playoff history. I said, I don't know if you heard me, I said, Cat, your shot ain't falling, bro. Get your big old butt down. You can post. I've seen you give some of the best defenders, not shooting the 3, with your back to the basket, drop step saying, you can't guard me, you can't guard me, you can't guard me. I don't give a damn about you being on the All-NBA defensive team. I don't care about you being a defensive player of the year. I've seen you do it. And then I'm watching you play the Mavericks a lot of times against smaller guys like, Cat, come on, Cat. Tell me what's going on. I'm sure the coaches are telling you that. I'm sure probably Ann has told you that. Probably some of your closest friends. Cat, bro, you need to get down on the box. What's going on in Cat's mind? Obviously, you got to process a lot, Cat. There's a lot going on because, every game matters. There ain't no, we'll get him in 2 days.
Nah,
for
sure. Absolutely.
We got to go.
Absolutely.
What's going on in Cat's head?
For me, just trying to execute. I know we put me in great spots. I got good looks. Just wasn't falling.
Right.
And I talked about it after one game, how I knew the work I was putting in. So it's something when I go home, I'm disappointed. I want to win the game. But I understand, I'm getting good looks and I just got to continue to shoot them. So, for me, it's just taking what the defense was giving me. I was obviously getting some good looks at 3, just wasn't making them. Obviously, we all could look back and say we would love me back in the post, more in the Dallas action. We call it free throw line action, getting the ball inside, taking.
You did that, and you.
All right, so that was Cat kind of explaining his perspective, but I think it's an acceptable question and critique, and that's a question that I have with Cat, where the soft, characteristic kind of follows him. It's not all the adversity and who he is as a character. It's not about that. I think a lot of people get that confused. It's not about that. It's when your shot's not falling, What are you going to go to as a plan B? That's my question about Cat. It's not about now. It's about April, May, June. We could talk about what he did in the Denver series, and he played Jokic well, and he played well in the Game 7. He did all of that. But against Dallas, it was a struggle. You heard the numbers. I mean, historically poor numbers from 3 in his first 5 games. And in the playoffs, it's post-game 82 and beyond. You might not have the legs some nights. Some nights the teams are scheming you to take your shot away, like Dallas was doing so effectively. And a smaller team, granted, than Denver. And at times was able to kind of moving around. So that is kind of my concern when people ask me, what do I think about the Cat trade? I'm like, I got to see it on paper. Because while I have to trust Leon on his vision, because he's done so well so far, they've done outstanding in terms of building this team from the time that they got there to now, to being a legitimate contender and a very complimentary unit. But I got to see what happens in crunch time, how he executes in crunch time, and is there a plan B? This was an interesting quote after, I believe this was after game 3 of the Wolves series against the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. This was a quote from Mike Conley when Towns was struggling. This was a quote. He said, here's a quote from Conley, man. Conley says here, we need him to be active all around the rim. We need him to be active in the paint. We need him finishing over their bigs and through contact, because this is his game. Because his game shouldn't be predicated on if he makes or misses threes. We have plenty of guys that can hold it down and knock down shots for our team on the outside. That was his point guard saying that. You know, that was Mike Conley. He's playing with him. Somebody in the chat said the game has changed. Well, his point guard's he's playing in the same game as him. So that's my question. You know, when the shots are hitting, their offense can be, like a lot of the analysts out there saying, probably tops in the league. I don't see why not. That's great in the regular season, even for playoff games. But when it's not working, what's plan B? Because one of the concerns that I have is that even though Julius had his playoff questions, he gave the Knicks that edge. And I still think, even though he wasn't the greatest at attacking the rim, I still think he's better and more intentional about getting to the rim than Cat is. And that I'm sure that's based on play style as well and how both players are utilized. But my question with this Knicks unit is, will they get to games where they're too shot happy and not enough aggressiveness and attacking at the basket to get high percentage shots, to get to the free throw line, stop the clock, get your rest, and get free points? Past championship teams had that ability. The Celtics, the Denver Nuggets. You know, those teams had that ability to get you good shots at the rim and accurate shots at the rim. Like, even though the Celtics were a three-point shooting team, right? They were in the bottom quadrant in terms of shots at the rim, but they were very accurate at the rim. So if your shots aren't falling, you could still go to Jaylen Brown or Tatum, or maybe you dump it down to Porzingis or whatever, and you get your high percentage shot, or it's White or it's Drew Holiday attacking the rim. So for the Knicks, that's why I wonder, is like, if those shots aren't falling, where do they go to? And that's, to me, why in this whole, you know, who should start, Hart or McBride, I still got to go with Hart. Because at the end of the day, he's the one that I trust over the non-Brunsons in that lineup. He's the one that I trust to go get a gritty basket. Like a by any means necessary, we got to break this up basket. You know, OG gets to the deflection, Hart's out in transition, goes to the basket. or they find him wide open in space. He's driving to the basket and drawing contact. Like, I think they need that, which is why I'm leaning with Hart over McBride to just do a little bit of the dirty work. But that's the thing when people ask, about the trade, and I say for Julius and Towns, I say it's a question mark for a question mark, because I just don't know if Towns and Tibbs will adjust if the jumper's just not there on a given night. What do you guys think, man? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the chat. So to everybody in chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy CP the Franchise here, reacting to the Karl Anthony Towns Club Shay Shay interview. Salute to everybody watching on Facebook. Sean Dominic, I see you, man. Ty Clemens, salute. Pito Hernandez, salute. Phone lines are up too, man. 657-383-1509. Or you can hit me up on the KFTV Discord. Let me get the Discord open. Sean Dominic on the Facebook says, the goal has to be to get Cat to be our power forward, which would be playing alongside Mitch or another solid center. I'm not sure if that's I don't think that's the primary goal. Like, you make that Cat trade because you want to be able to utilize him as I just showed you on the stats, one of the best shooting big men in the game. And what his floor spacing threat allows for the entire offense, affords the entire offense. Now, to have that option to go with Towns and Mitch, to be more formidable up front, I think that's a benefit, or that will be an advantage that Tibbs will have should Mitch be healthy. So you have options. Amid Belfour, $5 super chat to CP the Conductor, preaching the gospel on Cat. Salute on my UPS lunch grind. Salute to all the drivers out there, all my delivery drivers, man. Used to be one myself. Salute to the Uber drivers, the taxi drivers, car service, MTA. Salute to you guys, man. Always got a lot of respect for you guys, man. Amazon drivers, all you guys, man. Salute. John Petit, franchise channel member, says, I believe Cat will play more inside in New York. Him playing power forward and having Gobert had him more outside, but with him playing center, he will be inside more. Okay. Let's see, man. Let's see. All right, so that was Cat when Shay Shay asked him about not being on the block more, especially when he struggled shooting in the Western Conference Finals. Now, this one, I'm going to cut this up in two different sound bites. He was asked about handling criticism, and here is Shay Shay. Here we go.
You said, man, I get up 1,500 shots a day. Charles Barkley said, he lying, ain't happening. Shaq's like, the fact that he's not upset concerns me. Draymond Kenny say you were capping. I mean, I don't know what's root.
All right, now I'm going to skip to the other part of it. So that was a criticism basically from the Inside the NBA crew. And here's more. Oh, all right, we got a little advertising here. And while we do that, salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. CP the Franchise here. Karl Anthony Towns reaction on the Club Shay Shay podcast. Salute to Shannon Sharp, man. Great podcast. For you guys at home, man, remember that this show is presented by Mando Whole Body Deodorant. Fellas, yes, this is for you, man. 72 hours of odor control. No aluminum. So friendly ingredients, safe ingredients. And for our friends at home, use promo code KFTV for $5 off the starter pack. $5 off the starter pack using code KFTV at shopmando.com. All right. And also what I'm going to do for my franchise channel members, we're going to do a giveaway of the starter pack. And here we go. Whole body deodorant, man. Salute to my guys at Mando. So you guys are going to get the whole body deodorant, the deodorant spray. What do we got here? Body wash. And we got the invisible cream deodorant. All right. So there we go. Shopmando.com. And we're going to be doing our giveaway here. Okay. All right. Let's skip that and get back to Club Shay Shay. Here we go.
How hard you're actually working. Does that bother you, or you just brush it?
Oh my God. They gave me another ad, man. These guys are crazy. I got to get YouTube Premium if I'm going to be doing these reaction shows, man. That's just all there is to it, man. These guys think I want to play Battleship. All right, here we go. Back at it, man. Here we go.
Oh, guys, if I were to say that, yeah, you ain't even playing.
No, you talk about NBA legends. People who played the game.
Yes.
I know the work I put in, so I don't even have to explain it. I know who was there when the gym was dark. Right. And I know who turned the lights on.
Okay.
I ain't worried about that.
Right.
I know one thing when that was said, I know Ant was not happy about that.
Really?
Because he was like, I know I've seen you in there. Mm-hmm. Even when I show up, you've been there sweating, and when I leave, you still going for another one. So, like I said, I don't gotta explain. I know what I do in the gym. I know the work I put in. Shout out to the coaches, PD coaches, Corliss, Kevin Hansen, Moses. Shout out to all the guys.
All right, so basically he starts thanking all of his assistants and stuff like that. I do think he gets a bad rap. I don't think his work ethic should be questioned. At least from my perspective, I've never questioned his work ethic. I just again wonder, crunch time, what's his decision process gonna be, and will he be able to deliver? That's why he's here. Not to just be one of the guys. Like, you're gonna have to be delivered. Like, I even heard on shout out my guy KOC, my guy Kevin O'Connor just had he just got a new podcast on Yahoo, and he just had a guest on, Tom Haberstraw, who was talking about, Towns needs to be Chris Bosh from the Miami Heat for them to win. I'm like, Chris Bosh? Like, Chris Bosh, number one, he was playing behind LeBron and D Wade. Two of the greatest to ever play. Chris Bosh had to sacrifice a ton. He wasn't Toronto Chris Bosh. He had to be his own guy. He had to fit in. Karl Anthony Towns doesn't just have to fit in here. He's got to hoop. He's got to ball out for this team to really get the chip. He can't just be one of many guys. And I think that's where some of the criticism from his peers comes from. I kind of understand it, but definitely not from a work ethic standpoint. Not from a work ethic or character or anything like that. It's that killer instinct. Yeah, he said Chris Bosh. I'm like, Chris Bosh? Not Miami Heat Chris Bosh. No. That's not going to work here. They're going to need more. So that was him on handling the criticism. He had a couple interesting takes on Boston that I thought was pretty good. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. CP the Franchise on the Solo Dolo. Karl Anthony Towns, Club Shay Shay reaction video. Here we go.
Are you surprised with the ease or seemingly ease that looked like it was easy the Celtics handled the Mavericks? Or did you think it would be like a long series? I thought it would be I ain't gonna lie, Cat, I thought it'd be at least a 6-7 game series.
Celtics was really good last year.
Okay.
They've been good for years, but they was locked in. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? They was locked in last year. I know one of the reporters was telling me about you got to lose to finally win, and that history plays itself out, and Boston had to go through that. They've been just so good. They just been knocking on the door. The door finally opened. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. So, I know when we played them that they showed so much poise and championship pedigree in them. When we went to overtime with them and the way they played, they just so disciplined in their approach. Great coach. Shout out to Missoula. Took care of my boy and my brother Deshaun Butler over there in West Virginia. Yeah. You could see not only the talent, I think we all see that as basketball fans, you would see it, but the poise, the discipline, that's what's needed to win a championship. And they had it. They had it early in the regular season. I think they shown it in their record. So I didn't know what the series.
Yeah. He hit it on the head. And this has been my question. Does Towns have the poise and the discipline? You saw in that playoff, one game, third quarter, he had like 5 fouls, complaining to the referees, the meltdowns, like poise. And when you look at Boston and the lumps that they took over the several years where they were going to the Eastern Conference Finals and competing, Even 2 years ago when they flamed out to Miami, it was down 3-0. And he choked on that one. But this year they had that poise, and adding Drew Holiday certainly helped, and Derek White, Al Horford being back, but that's important, man. So, it's good awareness on Karl Anthony Towns, just knowing, at least having an idea of what it takes to win a championship. Hopefully he can apply it with the Knicks. This was Towns. Now this one made the social media waves when it first dropped. Well, because it was before the Knicks trade, didn't really have much value. But this was Towns on Brunson taking the pay cut. Here we go.
Willing to take $100+ million pay cut like Jaylen Brunson did to keep this thing together.
We can keep it all together. And we can keep it together.
Right.
Show me then. We all got to get in the room and say we're going to do it.
Right.
So, Jaylen Brunson, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
That's a lot. $10 million, okay.
That's a lot.
$10 million, even, okay.
Hey, but you know what? You can't put a value on the fact that he's at where he wants to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big value number that no one's thinking of. He's with his father. He's super comfortable. He has a team that believes in him. I think that belief that a team and organization could give you is something, it's worth a lot of money. And they give him that belief. And I think that he felt that was the best situation for him. Right. And I root him on for that.
Yeah, well said. Well said. He's right, man. Jaylen Brunson, he's very blessed. He's where he wants to be. He's the king of the city right now. He's the captain. He's excelling on the court. Off the court, Brand is going crazy. Brunson's in a fantastic position. His godfather runs the team. The first person to hold Jaylen Brunson as a baby was Leon Rose. It wasn't even Rick. It was Leon Rose. So, this is his city. This is his team, and Towns is right. But fortunately for Towns, I'm sure he would say, I don't know if I heard it verbatim on these interviews, but I'm sure he would say if there was any other team outside of the Timberwolves where he would feel the same, it's here. Because everybody's here. It's not just Leon Rose. It's Worldwide West from the Kentucky connection. You have Gerson Rosas, who was the assistant president of basketball operations when Tibbs was there. Helped bring in some of those Minnesota players that are on the team right now. So Towns, being from New York, New Jersey area, so Towns has that home nurturing nest here with the Knicks. And so you hope that kind of helps him excel or expedites the adjustment process so that the team can benefit for sure. Somebody in the chat I'm looking at the chat here. Nick P says, yeah, but why do Bridges and OG get a pass? We paid a lot for them. No, I'm not saying those guys get a pass. They certainly have to do their job. For OG, it's going to be first stay healthy, because once he stays healthy, at a bare minimum, he's going to be a dog defensively. Mikal Bridges, he's got to produce as well, but I'm just talking about from a firepower standpoint. Like the guys that you need to lean on night in and night out, it's going to be Jaylen and Karl Anthony Towns. Sure, Mikal Bridges, yeah, you're going to want some adequate scoring from him, no question about it. The Towns is making $60 million, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are your guys. Those are the proven all-stars. So it's not to say that OG and Mikal don't have responsibilities as well, but there's a pecking order still. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. I see you guys on the Discord. We're going to get to it. One more on the Karl Anthony Towns interview with Club Shay Shay. And this one went on for about 2 hours. They definitely had a good conversation. I thought overall it was a really good interview. And Towns, like I said, overall is a good dude. He's got his head in the right place. On the court, off the court. Business endeavors. He talked about learning from Magic Johnson, from Junior Bridgman. So he certainly, seems to have his head in the right place in who to trust with his outside the court endeavors and how to make proper investments. So he seems sound, man. Spoke highly of his mother in remembrance, his family background being in New Jersey. It was a really, really good interview. You guys got to check it out. But here was Shay Shay's question in regards to who Karl Anthony Towns rooted for as a kid. Here we go.
Old Kerry Kittles.
Kerry Kittles.
Oh, I got to go back. That was actually wasn't it. Hang on. There we go.
Are you looking to...
Here we go. More ads, man. They must know we're doing a reaction video, man. CP the franchise. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Here we go. All right. Let's see. There we go.
Got a lot of dudes with skill.
I just want to know.
I'm always going to go with my city.
Okay.
I got to go with my state jersey.
Okay.
I got to. That's home cooking.
The question was who had more ballers, New York and New Jersey. Yeah, New York had some legendary all-time players. Well, Jersey definitely had some players as well, man. You know, definitely can't sleep on that. There we go.
That's home cooking. Like I said, with my own two eyes, I seen people who may not be in the NBA or we may not know cook a lot of people. And I seen also being in New York so much, playing at the Gauchos gym and growing up with K and seeing what he was doing. Like, of course, I'm going to go with Jersey all day, every day.
When you were growing up, were you a Knicks fan or a Nets fan?
Knicks.
Damn.
And I love the Nets. I used to go to Nets. My mom's job, she worked at Rutgers at UMD&J, and they used to give her some free tickets sometimes. And I used to go watch the Nets, and I remember this was the Jersey Nets.
Right.
New Jersey Nets, Vince Carter, Kenny Martin, Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, people who've...
Old Kerry Kittles.
Kerry Kittles. Didn't even realize Cal was the coach. I didn't even know that till I got older. Now I'm with him, and I'm like, wow, I was seeing you on the sideline, but I'm seeing these NBA players that I'm just in awe of watching them.
Right.
The art they're putting on for us. And I love the Nets. Knicks was different because my mom, when she immigrated over from DR, she always went to the Knicks games. And when she had a chance and took my sister in, I love my mom, so she told me that was her, and also the Knicks were one of the few teams that gave my dad a chance in the NBA as well. It was a training camp with them, so you gave my dad a chance. My mom grew up talking so much about Madison Square Garden, the history that comes with it. So I, of course, was impressionable. And then on top of that, in the most impressionable stage of my career when it came to playing basketball, especially as just a kid, I'm seeing Linsanity go crazy.
Yeah. That man.
Linsanity was going crazy, and
I don't know which was crazier, Linsanity or Tebow.
Linsanity for me was crazy because I actually could watch it.
Right.
You know, back in the day, you only had a certain amount of, ESPN maybe. You could watch some NBA games, national TV.
Right.
And MSG was free our way.
Right.
So be able to watch the Knicks play on MSG and then watch, the Nets will be on Yes. So I went with, I had two teams to pick from, and MSG was the easiest for me to watch for free, and Linsanity was the hottest thing at the time. So, of course, I was watching and I was tuned in.
When did you hit your growth spurt?
All right, so he rocked with both teams is what he's basically saying. But, because of his mom's influence, he leaned towards the Knicks, and that was cool. He also mentioned that his dad got a tryout with the Knicks. So that's cool. That was cool for a local product. And then his foray into his Knicks fandom was Linsanity. So that's his Knicks fan story. How many of you guys in the chat, man, if you start from Linsanity, let me know in the chat. And it is interesting that, some of the younger generation, their start is like Knicks tape, Linsanity, so on and so forth. Speaking of which, make sure you guys tap into that Mike Woodson interview, the Mike Bibby interview. We go Knicks tape heavy, man, until we get to the Melo interview. The Melo interview is gonna come, man. We're gonna make our proper connections and get a Melo interview done. No question about it. Salute to BLW. Salute. He says, "Yo, go get premium." Yeah, I got to get premium. This is going to be the last day. I got to get premium because we're doing these reaction videos now. He says, "I believe Cat will make a huge leap because of his buy-in to Coach Tibbs. Tibbs' vision for him. Cat will add an inside game to rival everyone." Let's go. Let's get it. Let's see Knicks fans' origins. Let's see. Who said? George Jones says, "I'm old as hell." That's all right, man. Jamaica Queens has started from Insanity is wild. Lee, shout out to Lee, my people's from the UK, man. Big up everybody in the UK. It says Starberry. Speaking of Starberry, spoke to Steph yesterday. He's over in Beijing. But coming over, man, he's headed back stateside, and we will be hosting 2 nights of watch parties. Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. We're dropping the info very, very soon. But opener against the Celtics, watch party at Slate. Opener against the Pacers, the home opener, watch party at Clinton Hall 36. More details to come. Franchise and Starberry, KFTV. Is going to be an absolute movie. Salute, man. Make sure you guys tap in. So, yeah, that was most of the Cat interview. I think from a Knicks perspective, and like I said, I thought even though this was before the trade, there were still some key points that really stuck with me in terms of if there was something for me to be concerned about with the trade and the prospects and the questions. So you guys let me know what you think, and let's get into a dialogue. All right, to the Discord we go. Let's go to Ace. Ace, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, CP, how you doing?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the team. I was listening to the show the whole time. I feel like you had some real good takes, CP.
Appreciate it.
I feel like you had some real. You was on the money all stream. All stream. You was accurate 100%. So
appreciate it.
That was good to hear. One of the takes I seen that I agree with, you was like Josh Hart should start. I feel like from just a base format, just engaging, just like each team, Josh Hart should start from base. But the thing about the new team, we now have not only a two-way team, an elite two-way team now, but we also have an elite three-level team. So we're playing Golden State, we can go small with Deuce. We're playing Pacers, we can go Josh. We're playing like Philly, we can go Mitch when he gets healthy. So we have a very versatile team. Cat adds a three-level dynamic to this team defensively now and offensively. He could play the 4 with Mitch. That's why I say three-level defense.
Sure.
With offense, he could space the floor like the Pacers. So it's good. So what do you think, CP?
I agree with you 100%, man. I just think in this league now, when you have so many talented players and everybody is searching for advantages, right? Is it advantages is having a ridiculous killer all-star player? Is it an advantage in how you run your offense, or is your defense just locked down? Like, you need advantages. And for the Knicks now you got options. Right. So teams have to try to prepare for you in a number of ways. You know what I mean? And I think that's a great thing. You got to give credit to Tibbs and the front office because they have a vision, man.
Mm-hmm. Bingo. All night, CP. I'm telling you.
All right, man. Stay up, bro.
Yeah. All right, CP.
Yes, sir. That's Ace on the Discord. Yeah, man. We got to have options. You can't be a one-dimensional team. Can't be a one-dimensional team, man. Who else we got in the chat, man? Franchise channel members, go ahead and leave me a comment in the chat. I'll shout you guys out. And who else? Christopher Blake on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, CP, salute. What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm out here. I'm still hiding. I'm under the desk right now. They can't find me, but I got a couple minutes. So I had to call in the KFTV.
Yeah,
bro.
Let's go, man.
I had to do it.
You did the right thing.
Bro, I'm with you a little bit. I got to see how this thing plays out, right?
Yeah, me too.
And the reason why I say it, I don't see an identity with how the Knicks are playing. I'm trying to figure out, are we an inside-out team? Are we outside team? With Randall, even with all his warts, I can kind of see the two-man game between them. I can see Randall getting to the rim, collapsing defense, and kicking it out to the perimeter. Now I'm kind of worried a little bit because I'm just imagining Jaylen Brunson doing all the work and creating shots while everybody's sitting out in the perimeter. And that's got to be a lot for somebody to do for the entire season, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how will that, I know Cat today is not going to be Cat at the end of the season, right? I know how Tibbs works his magic, but the whole Hartenstein, how do you say his name? With that debacle, I said, get a big in here. Tibbs going to Tibbs him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to see what the result is. I'll give a check-in around All-Star break. Yeah. I'm undecided. I ain't going to rush to judgment. I got to see how this plays out. But there's obviously some work to do. I'm not as optimistic. I'm not pessimistic. I just got to see how this thing develops. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say.
understandable. Appreciate the call, man. Christopher Blake on the check-in. Definitely understandable. Look, this is the Knicks for the foreseeable future, for the next 2-3 years. Does anything happen with Mitch? Does anything happen with Deuce? We'll see for some upgrades, but this is your squad. Your core is your starting five. The roommates, OG, McCall, Karl Anthony Towns. These are your Knicks. So we got to give them time to gel. This is the team. And like Christopher said, the identity, I think that'll take shape over the season. But yeah, man, like, who's going to be attacking? Brunson, yes, he gets into the paint. He does get to the line. He likes to probe into the paint. But we're going to have to see some more, man. That's why I trust Hart. You got to have Hart in there to make the decisions, make the right reads, and get some gritty buckets, man. 3-point shooting is great, but you want to make sure that you are efficient and accurate at the rim. Got to get high percentage shots, man. I think there will be times in the year when they get too trigger happy or too Brunson reliant. But nevertheless, we are in great shape, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. CP the Franchise here. Knicks and Wizards tonight at the Garden. Preseason game number 2. We'll be back for post-game live. You already know, number 1 show for the fans by the fans. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you guys are doing that to support the machine. All right, LD on the Discord, go ahead and close us out.
All right, just got a quick question for you. This is actually for you. First of all, how's your day going today?
Good, fantastic, man. Woke up, beautiful day in New York, and we got Knicks basketball tonight, man. Fantastic.
You know we do, and I know Tyler Kolek is going to drop 19 assists.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, actually. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about these being the Knicks in the next 3, 4, 5 years? What is your genuine feeling?
Yeah. As if they can stay healthy, I like it. But there's risk in every build, right? No build is perfect. But the OG injury risk is a concern. How much killer instinct Towns has is a little bit of a concern. But other than that, man, like, again, no build is perfect. Every build has risks. But if we really, I think we should really do a show and really dissect the roster and the moves from beginning of the Rose era to now. Because if you think about it, if you look at how this team has gotten here, on the strength that they're not led by any of their homegrown lottery picks. They had to make something. Now, I'm not saying that RJ and Quick and those guys didn't give you anything because they got you to a certain point. But for them to be able to turn that into this team where, at least on paper, is highly complementary in terms of the skill sets. You have your whole core is under 30. Josh Hart turns 30 this year. The books are good. Yes, you had to trade your draft picks to get Bridges, but that's your asset management. That's how you had to roll because you didn't have enough impact from your homegrown players. So to see how luck plays into it, they got lucky in getting Brunson and all this, but I think to see what they have now, they're in good shape.
Now, let's say everyone's healthy. Every team in the NBA is healthy. The Knicks are completely healthy.
Yeah.
When you look at the landscape of the league and other rosters, how do you feel about our guys against other healthy rosters?
I feel good, man, because I think Philadelphia is a short-term project, especially with George. Philadelphia is short-term. The Bucks,
short-term too.
It's more short-term. I'm not going to sleep on this year, but definitely short-term when you think about Lopez and Middleton probably going to be 1 or 2 years and they're gone. And Dame. It's really Boston, man. Like, I want to see what the Pacers look like because I think they have so much young talent there, man. And with Mathurin coming back, I loved how Nebhard played. Siakam, I thought his performance in the playoffs was highly underrated for them. So I want to see how they play. But, I'm not scared of Orlando. The Cavs don't scare me. Like, it's really...
That's actually a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
As long as we can control the East, or at least be dominant in the East, the finals is the finals. Makes sense.
They should be right there, man. And we'll see how we match up with Boston, but anything is possible. Anything is possible, bro.
I feel it.
Yeah, man. All right, bro.
All right, boss.
Stay up.
No doubt.
LD on the Discord. Oh, wait a minute. I thought we were closing with LD, but the members lounge just filled up in the queue on the Discord. And none other, and this is our guy, because I got to hear from him on how he's weathering the storm. Rambo from Tampa, man. You got Hurricane Milton on your heels, and you're calling in the KFTV, man. What's going on, man?
Listen, man, first off, get the thumbs up button.
Let's
hit
go.
that, subscribe. I wasn't going to call in, but CP, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to call in during the post game.
Facts. Yo, what's going on right now, man? Give us a little weather report, man. What's going on down there?
Well, right now, it's raining.
Yeah.
It's stormy. It's the usual right now. I'm not in evacuation zone right now, but it's been crazy out here. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot of fist fights, people fighting for gas.
Food.
Food
Damn.
is light, water is light right now. Everybody kind of panicking. I'm in good spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here with the wifey. I got everything bundled up. We all set to go. We ready for Milton. I'm just hoping to catch a Knicks I'm hoping to catch a Knicks game tonight. That's pretty much my main worries right about now. Because I didn't wait all summer just to miss every game right now.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But besides that, man, we're in good spirits right now. Like I said, I'm not in no evacuation zone or nothing like that. But this is looking crazy right now, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's about to get nasty out here, man.
All right, man.
I gotta call in. I had to say what's up, man. Nothing but love to all you guys out there, man. Everybody out here in the Florida area, man. Stay safe. Go Knicks. CP. If I could call tonight, I'm definitely calling.
Hey, call us up, man. You got to tap in with us and check in, man. We got to make sure, man. Health and welfare checks, man. You got to tap in with us, man.
I got you. I already got my satellite thing going, man. We ready.
Yeah. All right, man. Yo, stay up. Everybody in the chat, man. Let's send some well wishes to Rambo. Anybody in the Gulf Coast area, Gulf of Mexico. Anybody that's in this storm's wake. Let's send some well wishes to these people, man, and just make sure that everybody gets out of this okay, man. Rambo, hold your head, man. Stay up, bro. All right, man. It's Rambo from Tampa, man. Yeah, I'm just pulling up pictures from the International Space Station. This thing looks crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. And I had some cousins that just moved down to Florida from Canada. Not directly in the storm's wake, but pretty damn close. So talk about an experience on the first time moving down. But yeah, man, everybody out there, hold your head. And if you guys have family that might be impacted, we certainly send our well wishes, man. All right, so great show. DM, I see you in the chat, man. Great show. Salute to Gamma. Great show. Tyler, Alex. It was the KFTV Tyler's birthday yesterday, I believe. So everybody salute KFTV Tyler, man, on Happy Born Day. He does a lot of great stuff for us, man, in terms of our social content and producing for us. So shout out to KFTV Tyler on his Born Day. Enjoy the Mets game. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format, guys. No reason to miss it. We are available on all major podcast platforms. You know the deal, man. If you guys are on Apple or Spotify, make sure you guys leave us a review. And remember to support our sponsors, man. Shout out to Mando Whole Body Deodorant. Get $5 off your starter pack at shopmando.com using our code KFTV, man. 72 hours of odor control. They do the damn thing. They hold us down. And we're going to be giving some away, man, to our franchise channel members. So franchise channel members, lock in because we're going to be doing the giveaway probably after the third preseason game, but we'll keep you guys posted on when we do the giveaway. As always, you guys will be in the know. All right, so great show. We'll see you guys post-game, Knicks versus Wizards, highlights, analysis, and full overreactions from yours truly and Alex, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Have a great day. Be safe out there wherever you are. We out of here. Peace.